Have you ever sat in a room full of people and still felt invisible to the one woman you can't stop thinking about? You're laughing, playing it cool, acting like it doesn't bother you, but your eyes keep searching for her face in 1,000 memories she's no longer part of. She knows you exist. She's seen you, maybe even felt something once, but now it's like she's gone. Her attention, her warmth, her presence, all redirected to other men, other conversations, other lives you're not invited into, and still you wait. You wait in silence, hoping that one day maybe she'll turn around and see you again. Not just see you, but choose you. Out of all the noise, all the options, all the chaos of her beautiful, complicated world, it's a quiet kind of suffering, isn't it? The kind no one talks about. The kind you can't explain to your boys without sounding weak. The kind where you keep asking yourself the same haunting question. What am I doing wrong? You replay every conversation, every text, every glance. You measure your worth in how quickly she replies, if she replies at all. You wonder if you were ever enough, or just a placeholder until something better came along. But here's the truth no one told you. She doesn't just choose the loudest man, the richest, the best looking, or even the most available. She chooses the one who makes her feel something she can't explain. And here's the twist. That power is already inside you. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about unlocking something ancient within you. A grounded, quiet magnetism. A kind of masculine energy that doesn't chase, but draws her in. Not with desperation, but with presence. With calm. With the unshakable energy of a man who knows who he is, even if she doesn't choose him. Because once, just once, when you show up in that way, she'll feel something no other man could give her. Something primal, something unforgettable, something that makes her wonder why she ever looked away. And the moment that happens, she won't just notice you, she'll remember you. There's that moment, quiet, sharp, and strangely familiar, when she pulls away. Maybe not physically, maybe not even with words, but emotionally, you feel it, the shift, the distance, the choosing of someone else. And even if you try to act like it doesn't matter, something in you clenches, your chest gets heavy, you stop breathing for a second, because deep down, a thought rises like a whisper you've tried to bury for years. Why not me? It's not just her it never was, it's what her silence means to you. It's what her rejection seems to echo, a wound you've carried long before she ever showed up. The feeling that no matter how hard you try, you're never quite enough to be chosen. Not fully, not first. You tell yourself stories to survive. Maybe she's not ready. Maybe she's confused. Maybe it's timing. But the truth is harder to look at because it's not about her. It's about the little boy inside you. The one who learned early on that love had to be earned. That being seen, held, or valued wasn't just a given. It was a reward for being perfect, for being good enough, for not needing too much. And so you perform, you anticipate, you shrink parts of yourself so you don't scare her away. You give and give and give, hoping that eventually she'll see all you've done and finally choose you. Not realizing that this constant reaching is actually pushing her further away because it's not grounded in truth. It's not coming from worth. It's coming from fear, from an old story that says, if she doesn't pick me, I must be broken. But you're not broken. You're just tired. Tired of living from a place of emotional survival. Tired of chasing women who reflect back your wounds instead of your worth. Tripp Kramer talks about this, how we unconsciously project our pain, how we attract people who confirm our deepest insecurities, not because we deserve the hurt, but because the wound wants to be seen, wants to be healed. So ask yourself gently, am I drawn to her or to the feeling of finally being enough in someone else's eyes? Is it love Or is it the hunger to fix something inside of me? Because the truth is, healing isn't about being chosen. It's about choosing yourself in the places you were once abandoned, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It's about facing your shadow, the part of you that feels unworthy, and saying, I see you, you're safe now. You don't have to prove yourself anymore. You can let go of the chase. You can stop needing to be picked. The right woman won't require you to bleed for her love. She'll meet you where you are, whole, imperfect, and deeply real. And when you choose yourself fully, she won't just choose you back. She'll recognize you've carried the weight of not being chosen for far too long. The overthinking, the emotional highs and lows, the nights replaying every moment, wondering what you missed, what you could have done differently. Maybe you've even watched her move on, post pictures, smile, live, and somehow, even with all that distance, something in you still aches. Not just for her, but for the version of you that keeps hoping even when it hurts. But here's what most men never realize. She didn't pull away because you weren't enough. She pulled away because she was overwhelmed by her own emotional vulnerability. Women don't detach because they detach because they feel too much and don't know how to hold it. And if you're stuck in the pattern of chasing, of proving, of overgiving, she'll mirror back the same fear that lives inside you. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to shift that dynamic. You'll learn how your ego, the false self, that's terrified of not being loved, has been running the show. You'll uncover how emotional wounds left unhealed create unconscious patterns that attract the same kind of rejection again and again. But more than that, you'll begin awakening the deeper power inside you, the integrated masculine, the part of you that doesn't need to chase because he already is. You'll start connecting with your anima, your inner emotional intelligence, and finally understand the emotional blueprint that unlocks a woman's trust, curiosity, and desire. This isn't about games. It's about emotional mastery. And once you see it, nothing will ever feel the same again. Because when you stop trying to get love and start becoming it, she'll feel it too. There's a moment in every man's life where he realizes that chasing her doesn't bring her closer, it only pushes her further away. That no matter how much he explains, proves, shows up, texts first, or stays available, she still seems emotionally distant. She may smile at your stories, watch your life unfold in silence, but something feels off, unavailable, unreachable. And that space, that silence, it starts to hollow you out from within. You may not even realize it, but you've been shrinking yourself to be chosen. You've handed her the pen and let her write the script of your worth. But here's the truth no one tells you. Women don't choose a man because he gives more. They choose the man who gives her something to rise toward. So, if you're ready to reclaim the power you forgot was already yours, these 4 strategies are going to shake something awake inside you. They aren't tactics. They're a new way of being, a return to the grounded, unapologetic, masculine energy that she can feel even in silence. The first strategy is mirror her energy, don't outgive it. If she pulls away, don't push in. Don't text twice. Don't explain. Match the pace she sets. Why? Because this shows that you're attuned, not desperate. That you can feel emotional shifts. And instead of reacting, you respond with presence. It tells her, I see your distance and I honor it. I don't beg where I'm not seen. That's not withdrawal, that's wisdom. The second strategy is withdraw to create emotional clarity. Pulling back isn't passive aggressive, it's powerful. When you stop giving her your energy, she finally hears her own silence. She has space to feel your absence, to see what it's like without you constantly filling the emotional gaps. When you withdraw with dignity, you aren't punishing her, You are reminding her that you're not a placeholder. You are presence, and presence doesn't beg to be felt. The third strategy is speak through silence, not explanation. You don't owe her paragraphs. You owe yourself peace. She will feel more from your silence than from your over-explaining. When a woman is emotionally overwhelmed, too many words only create noise. But a man who speaks few words, with calmness, with clarity, with conviction, creates a gravity she can't ignore. Say less, mean more. The fourth strategy is live in your masculine, not in reaction. Don't let her mood shape your masculinity. When you stop reacting and start leading your own life with purpose, presence, and direction, something shifts in her. You become the man who doesn't wait to be chosen. You are the choice. She sees it in how you move, in how you show up for yourself, in how your life has momentum, with or without her approval. You don't win her heart by convincing her. You awaken her soul by becoming the man who needs no convincing. That's who you've always been, you just forgot. What if the reason she doesn't choose you isn't because you're not enough, but because deep down you've forgotten that you are already whole without being chosen? This truth is quiet. It doesn't scream like rejection. It whispers through the loneliness you feel when she leaves your message unread but views your stories religiously. It's in that ache of wondering why you weren't enough to make her stay, or why you keep attracting women who love your light but never stay for your depth. You see, it's not about her. It's about the part of you that thinks love is something you have to earn, that your value depends on being needed, that if you were just more kind, more available, more understanding, maybe she would finally see you. But that's not love. That's emotional survival. And it's been living inside of you since long before her. Carl Jung once wrote of a period in his life after breaking from Freud, a dark night of the soul, where he stopped all public work and retreated into himself. He built a tower by hand. He drew mandalas. He dialogued with the unconscious through symbols, dreams, and silence. People thought he was losing his mind, but in truth, he was finding his soul. Individuation, he called it. The process of becoming whole by facing the hidden self. Not the self the world rewards, but the one that whispers when you're alone. Maybe that's what you're being called into now. Not her, not a text back, but your own becoming. Because here's the truth, when you finally stop chasing women who don't see you, you start attracting a life that does. And maybe, just maybe, you weren't meant to win her over. You were meant to be cracked open so you could finally remember who you are beneath the performance. You are not a backup plan. You are not someone's maybe. You are not here to be chosen by someone who doesn't even know how to choose themselves. You are here to choose yourself again and again until the right woman doesn't feel like a chase, but a coming home. So take a breath, not from her, but from your own thoughts. This is your path back to emotional sovereignty, to loving without losing yourself, to holding space without collapsing, to walking away without bitterness. Affirm her worth, but never abandon your own to prove it. If this message touched you, subscribe. Tell me in the comments what part cracked something open for you. And if you know a man who's been shrinking himself to be loved, share this with him, because he's not weak. He's just forgotten how powerful he is.